Today, in a time when African American men and women should be more than willing to invest in the youth, more so now than ever in history. It's comparable. It's getting to the point to where it's comparable to the 1964 Civil Rights Act. I have a pressing issue that many understand is a passion of mine. Um, it's none other than Kokomo, Indiana, and the lethargic. And I'll just go ahead and read the lethargic display of its African American leadership. A group of so-called leaders that stand idly by and not develop a cohesive and comprehensive plan for equal opportunity, for their own communities. It's actually mind-boggling to me. I remember the day when, accountability was, paramount amongst the preachers and community leaders. In the days of, pastors such as, F.S. Kemper, Reverend Burton, Reverend Carr, Reverend Jackson, Reverend Melvin Bellamy. Those days are long. Those days are long gone. Obviously, these men worked full-time jobs, and they still found the space and time in their lives, to serve the community and support such organizations as the NAACP, which is practically, dead now. I can remember the Black Student Union, how they used to come to the Black Student Union and support the African American teens and all of us and speak to us on issues without. I'm sure we had our social ills and different things that they didn't understand about us, but they never took their hand off of us. That seems to be where we have this gulf in between leadership compared to what is needed within the community. It's like, telling kids to, pull your pants up. Well, you put yours on and they'll find a reason to pull theirs up. Trust me on that. But just going on, it says, yes, the larger churches have definitely, made a lot of progress, and we're paying our preachers salaries and different things like that. And I'd be the first one to say that, I don't have a problem with that. But let's break it down into some simple dialogue and just keep this real. Nowadays, ministers they're receiving income into their church through federal funds like program faith-based initiative. My Brother's Keeper. He's selling chicken dinners down at the mayor's office and administration. And basically, when we do that, then it's almost like they're beholden to these entities. And at the end of the day, that's where their loyalty seems to be, from what it's looking like. If we ever want to find out where someone is speaking from and who they're speaking to, all you have to do is pretty much follow the money trail, and it lets you know who is really doing the talking. And a lot of times when someone is not talking, it's because they are having their own personal agendas met, whether it's be from within, funds within, different things. They're, strange bedfellows to the rest of a lot of you, but I know the system and I know how it works, and so I'm going to try to enlighten you on just a couple of things. You can connect the dots. Who gets the jobs in the schools, who gets the jobs in administrative offices, who gets the jobs, down at City Hall. It speaks for itself. So does your local politician and community leaders. Their history speaks for itself as well. Let's just, step back and instead of bowing down to a situation that is not conducive to things like equal opportunity, the development of your child, helping your child to be able to go to school and not only be taught, but being able to even stay in school. The discipline, more and more African American kids are expelled and suspended from school for just minor infractions and different things like that. I'm going to suggest that that you start standing up to a situation and get you some type of community outreach form it yourselves. Do what you have to do, and I say this across the board to whether it be Chicago, Indiana, Maryland, anywhere, But I just see that Kokomo is not a little. You're a lot behind because you have actually nothing going on, and nothing of any substance anyway. I brought up something about the hiring practices over 2 months ago, 3 months ago, all summer long. And I have not seen not one person challenge that school board. And I will continue to bring that situation to light about what was done with Phil Cox, not because of Phil Cox per se, but it wasn't just done to Phil Cox. It was done to you. It was done to your child. It was basically a man, Mike Wade, who took a human director's position in human resources. The director of human resources stepped out of his athletic director's position, pulled up a Jason Snyder, who was in the coaching ranks, moved him to athletic director. When Phil Cox decides he wants to become the head coach, and rightfully so, after being on the bench like this, now everyone can get promoted except Phil. Now, what's wrong with that? What is wrong with that picture? And what's even worse is what is wrong with people that's sitting around and ain't doing nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? I just had a couple notes there that I just kind of wanted to make sure that I touched on it on some of the issues. And right now, here we are, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months even later, and no one has addressed this issue. It is as if it's okay for you to exclude us rather than include us in your hiring practices. It's been 111 years and you haven't had a black coach, so what are you complaining about? We've been getting along fine. Yeah, that's right. You've been getting along fine, not we. I have had African American men involved in that school system ask me we do this, we do that. No, brother. You ain't doing nothing. You have no juice, and you will not have any juice unless you can get these people together. And if it's not going to come from the leadership that is in place right now, then I want to suggest that you young black men, while you're sitting around throwing a few back or turning it up, as they say nowadays, get together and realize what they're doing to your child. See, they're doing it to your child. They done already done you. Trust me. They don't believe you're going to do anything. And obviously, if you look at the track record of what's happening, you're not going to do anything. Okay? And the reason you're not going to do anything is because those people that are supposed to be representing you as leaders, being from the pulpit to the corner, you don't hold these people accountable. So, I mean, personally, I'm going to just tell you, there is no man that walks the face of this earth that Ray Charles will not challenge. I don't drink nobody's Kool-Aid, and I'm not trying to get anybody to drink mine. Okay, yes, though there are those that will say, well, how dare he be 200 miles away and involve himself in our problem. Well, that's because I'm going to just tell you something. See, I was Kokomo born, Kokomo bred. And when I die, I'll be Kokomo dead. So before you even knew that there was a Kokomo, Indiana, I was there fighting for what was right. So you can't take that away from me. You run to my 80-year-old mother. What's wrong with him? What's wrong with him? Put on your big boy britches and ask me. You know, she ain't my mommy no more. I don't have a mommy anymore. I have a mother. She's 80 years old. She has nothing to do with what I say. She may not even share my own beliefs. You don't know. So leave my angel alone, okay? So I don't have to get indignant with that. But on the real tip, though, you should open your mouth about something. Come on out of that corner, challenge the school board, go up to them, and ask them, what are you doing about getting black teachers and black administrators? And we already see what you did with the coach. See, what they told you about that coach was that they went to Ohio and got that coach. They ain't going nowhere but the Logan Sport. Okay? I'm just letting you know. The man, Matt Jones, whatever his name, Matt Jones, okay, probably a good guy. I don't really know. And I really don't even care. But on a good day, and I'm almost 60 years old, on a good day, I can ride a bicycle or maybe on a good job to Logan Sport. So all of these people are in the same circles that you're dealing with. All right? You don't understand that. They're in the same, Mike Wade, Jason Snyder, and Matt Moore. They're all there. And the reason that Mike Wade does not want Phil Cox to be the head basketball coach is because it's going to open up opportunities for your young black kids that's over there on that north end to be able to play basketball, which means that they're going to be able to earn scholarships, whether it be Division I, Division II, Division III, or whatever. But they know they wouldn't be able to do that. So Mike Wade does not want Phil Cox having any control over his child, the young man who I won't even mention his name because I love all children. And I don't believe in doing them like that. But if you're local, you know who his son is. He's a freshman. You know, matter of fact, he's the varsity all quarterback on the football team right now. Okay, even your football coach down there. Football coach got both his sons on the staff and his daddy riding around in a golf course. See, this stuff has just gotten completely out of hand, and that's because people have let it get out of hand. You have a baseball game, a Legends baseball game, come into your town, and you invite everybody except the man with the tin. You invited the Underwoods. You invited all these people. You didn't invite Ricky Miles. Rick Miles played 6 years for the New York Mets. But see, this is what I'm saying that happens. You had to fight. Goose Liggins' picture still wouldn't have been up there if people hadn't have fought for it. You know why? If you don't open your mouth, everything's fine in their camp. Okay, everything is fine. What you have is a systemic situation that is aimed at keeping you right where you are, listening to sedative sermons. And that's fine, as long as you're going to wake up, okay? It's time for y'all to wake up. It's time to do something. It's time to do more. If you don't do it for yourself, obviously those people that are supposedly your leaders, your mentors, that's sitting there, I'm going to tell you right now, telling you a bold-faced lie, they don't care nothing about you. They don't care nothing about you. They go on wherever they want to go, doing whatever they want to do, and when they come back, they got the same old thing for you. Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm just letting you know. I see it. You can't slick a can of oil. You know, the youngsters call it big pimping. That's the gulf right there, because them youngsters see more than a lot of you adults see. And you wonder why they look at people the way that they look at people. Well, who do they have to look up to? Somebody like me? Who I ain't gonna tuck my tail. I ain't gonna tuck my tail. I ain't gonna bow down, not to now about it. No one. I don't have to. Now, it's time for you people in Kokomo, Indiana, my hometown, to approach these leaders. And I don't care. You can send them you can send them this video. It'll make no difference to me. You know, I mean, we all know. They check around, check my resume. You know, I wouldn't be hard to find or anything. You know, you can do whatever you want to do. You can say, we can do whatever you want to do. I'm going to tell you the truth. You understand? You know, you either are doing something for the community or you're not doing something for the community. Okay, all I know is you got to do more than what you've been doing, because what you've been doing ain't nothing. If I got to do what I got to do from 200 miles away and handle your civic duties from here, then I guess that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to do the best that I can at what I got to do until I can wake up somebody in that town, somebody, man or woman, that's going to say, hey, listen, we can do better than this. Because trust me, they already done you. They done you. But what about your babies? What about your grandbabies? Okay? This is the situation that we have at hand right now. This is the condition that Kokomo is in right now. South of that Wildcat Creek, well, I can't say that anymore. People are actually living over on the south of the Wildcat Creek, that are coming. They're moving all over the city of Kokomo. And I'm glad to be able to see that. But it's still the mentality that is wreaked upon the North Enders and the administration that's in this city. You mean to tell me it would not be mentally healthy for a head coach or a principal or someone with, to come out of our congregation? Well, see, they've been coming out of their congregations for a long time. See, little Jerry and little Billy and little Bobby, they come out of their church and they go over and they do the hot dogs and the marshmallows and everything. And all that's good, because, see, they got that. So now their kids already have a relationship by the time they get to high school. They already have a built relationship. But then when our kids get there, Abdul, Muhammad, and Jasmir, and all the rest of them, see, we just like toast. We just pop up. Time in the ninth grade, we just pop up like toast. Now they already have a relationship. Our kids just pop up. You see what I'm saying? See, it's one thing to be a fool, but don't be a special kind of fool. See, we all can be fooled every now, but a special kind of fool, woo! I'm just, it's just beyond me how any grown black men, African American men, and some of y'all I know I grew up with, and you ain't doing nothing. You ain't raising your voice. You ain't saying nothing. And what is it? I got to know. I really got to know. I don't know if it was it in the water? What has gone on that we have become so lethargic, so innovative to accept the paucity that exists in our school system, which is aimed directly at keeping our children's dreams genocide. You need to ask yourself these questions. There's really no lucid answer that I could accept. Because it would have to be an excuse. It can't be a reason, and you can't disguise an excuse to try to make it look like a reason. What has happened is y'all done got some of them little jobs around there. Okay, let's just keep it real. I done heard the whole thing. Y'all done got them little jobs around. You scared for your job? Are you scared for your job? Because if you're scared for your job, then you know what? You're a coward. I just tell you to your face. I'm not saying throw your job away. I'm just saying you're a coward. And if you're a coward and you can accept being a coward, then you know what I'm saying? Do what cowards do. Tuck your tail, find a corner, go somewhere and get quiet. But I just don't believe it. And I'm especially speaking to the young men and the young women, and especially you single mothers. Listen, let me tell you something. If the brothers ain't gonna do nothing, you know what, then y'all got to do it. Get your babies together. Sit down and talk. Find out what's going on. Find out what is happening with your children. Find out why they have no black teachers there. You mean to tell me black teachers are good for everybody? We don't live in an all-white world, do we? No, we don't. We live in an all-black world. So we're not asking you to hire black teachers for black kids. We're asking you to hire qualified black teachers and black administrators and be fair about your hiring practice. And what you did to Phil Cox was an absolute It was a crime. It was a rape. It was a high-tech lynching. And I'm just disappointed. I'm disappointed in you, preachers. I'm disappointed in you, councilmen. I'm disappointed in you, representatives, that you would stand idly by and let that happen to that man. That blood is on your hands. How do you lay down and sleep with yourself? The youngsters that's out in the community. I hear certain people. I heard one pastor come on and had and you know what? That's his right. But I don't think he's taught. I don't think he obviously, you know what? I don't know, and I'm not going to down anyone, but I will tell you this here. First of all, them kids don't know you. So since they don't know you, then they don't care how they talk to you. And the reason why they don't care how they talk to you is because you ain't gave them no reason to respect them. I mean, this is what I'm trying to say. Yes, our children are in a terrible state in the way of education, and that's why I'm talking about what I'm talking about. Quit blaming it on the kids. They didn't get themselves in that mess. They did not get themselves in this mess. But those of you who sit around and continue to see them have to struggle in the mess, well, why don't you talk about you? Well, I'm talking about you. You know, and not only will I talk about you through video, I talk about you to your face. We can talk about each other to our face. You know, my track record speaks for itself. Everything I say, I back up. I don't say nothing once, I can't say twice. I don't care nothing about friends. I'm not thirsty. I'm not thirsty for friends. I don't have to make friends. You understand? My whole thing is to be useful, not used. You understand? I want to win the affection of the children and the respect of my critics and my pundits. You understand? To help people, you understand that because I live, that they might breathe easier. You see, I'm going to leave things better than I found it. Now, can you say that? Whatever your position is and whatever it is that you're doing in that community, can you say that when you leave it, it's going to be better than when you found it? Probably not. Not with what I see right now.